Get ready to spill the oil. Slide it back. Okay, slide it to the front. What you need to do is just to put it on the side, which you can't. So if you want, you can leave it just like that. It'll drain. You just need to compress this and pull it back. Just like that. Okay. So now that we have pulled up the coils, we can just pull back the connectors. Just like that. Go to thread. Also, check for oil on top of your spark plugs. If there's oil on top of your spark plugs, then you have a problem. Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. So as you might have seen, I've already taken out the undercover tray to expose the things that I need underneath the car. So on today's video, we're going to be doing a minor service on the VW Jetta 5 with the BVZ engine. So this is going to be relatively the same as other engines. However, the BVZ engine is going to have the oil filter underneath, and some other engines you might find that the oil filter is at the top. So doing the minor service might be the same. Now let's get on with the job. For now, what I think I need to do is just to make sure that I open up the top of the oil cap at the top of the engine. After doing that, I'm going to come back to the bottom of the engine and open up the oil drain plug. So at this point, you'll need to get your oil pan ready, and also you need a 19mm socket just to open this oil drain plug. Okay, so now this is cracked loose. Okay, get ready to spill the oil. So I'm going to let this drain while I'm checking out the other stuff. So let's let this drain. So while the oil is still draining, I think this is the best time to get inside the car and replace the cabin filter. The cabin filter can be found underneath here. So this protective cover has these two clamps which you can turn with your hand. If you can't turn with your hand, you can just get a flat blade screwdriver. You'll be able to take it out. So gonna take these two out. Now we can remove this foam. This foam can be removed nicely. Make sure you don't tear it up. There we go. The foam is out. Okay, here's the foam. So now we can be able to expose the position where the cabin filter sits. So you only need to grab this piece, slide it back. Okay, slide it to the front. Then pull this cover down, take out the cabin filter. Just pull it down. It does not come very easily, but with pulling down it can come out. Okay, there comes the cabin filter. Here's the new cabin filter. So as you can see underneath here, there's an arrow. The arrow needs to be pointing towards you or your passenger. If your driver's side is on the left, no, if your driver's side is on the right, then this arrow needs to be pointing at your passenger. So this goes back in just like this. So this needs two hands. I don't think I'm going to be able to keep on showing you while I'm trying to put it back in, because I need both hands right here. So I'm just going to show you when it's now going back in, because with one hand I don't think I'm going to be winning. Okay, I'm actually winning. So it's going back in. Just make sure that you push it nicely. Okay, so the cabin filter is now in. So I've now cleaned up the cover. As you can see, there are these holes right here. Look at these holes. These holes are lined just like that. So as you can see, it's going in from underneath those holes. Then push it a bit up. Then slide it to the front. It shouldn't be difficult. Slide it to the front. As you can see, it's not coming back down. So this is locked in place. So now we are good. Okay, so the foam is now back in. As you can see, I just didn't show this because this is way too easy. So just put back those two clips that we took out. The oil drain plug is tightened up to 30 Newton meters. For the oil filter, first thing you need to do, just to make sure that you unscrew this thing, goes off just like that. What you need to do is just to put it on the side, which you can't. maybe like that it can sit. Okay, what you need to do after doing that, just to make sure you press here and release all the oil which is in there. So if you want, you can leave it just like that, it will drain. So when it's done doing this, we're going to put the pin back so that the oil does not get to escape. So I now think enough oil is dripped out, as you can see. So what I can do right now is just to close up this pin. So what I need to do is just to press up this pin and then close it just like that. As you can see, now the oil has stopped dripping, to make sure that this has closed up the hole that it had opened right here. So what I'm going to do right now is just to now untie the oil filter. So as you know, after removing the oil filter, you need to inspect the oil filter for some metals. As you can see, this one does not have any metal at all. No metal at all. So I'm happy with this. Now can drop it there. Here we have the new oil filter inside. So first thing to do before you clean it up, there's a tab that you need to pull up on, which is of the oil filler seal. So there's this seal that you need to remove. Okay, the seal is off. You're gonna do your best to make sure that you clean it up. So you need to make sure that this is lubricated before you can take it back onto the oil filler cap. This is bad. The rubber seal is now lubricated. So what I need to do right now is just to put back the oil filter. There we go. Now we're going back underneath the car to tighten this up. So if you can check underneath this oil cap, there we go, 25 plus 5 Newton meters. That's what you need to tighten it up to. Let me start with the oil filter itself and put it in there, because right now it's in. Okay, so now the oil filter is going back in. It shouldn't be hard to screw it by hand. If it's hard to screw it by hand, that means you're not doing it right. So okay, now the oil filter is in. Okay, so we are good, 25 Newton meters. Now what we need to do is just to close up this. So to take out the full filter, what you need to do is to press underneath here, compress this and pull back. You just need to compress this and pull it back, just like that. So we've pulled out one hose. Then now we need to press and pull back the other one as well. So there's not enough space here. And even now I'm gonna put my arm to be able to go in here because I just don't have space. Okay, so both lines are out. Okay, this is really difficult. I'm not sure if you were able to see what I did, but what you need to do is to press on this blue tab right here. Then on the black line, you also press underneath here. So these will squeeze in, and after squeezing in, they will be able to release the fuel filter so that you can be able to pull out these hoses. Now, what we need to do is just to unhook the fuel filter from here. You need a Phillips head to undo this fuel filter screw right here. Okay, the screw is coming out. There's really not enough space, guys. I'm really sorry that I can't show you what I need to show you nicely. You will have a Phillips head screw like this that you need to take out. After that, you can just unhook the fuel filter from here. Okay, I think I may need a plier to squeeze this and then pull this out. Damn. Look at how dirty the fuel is. So now what we need to do is just to get the new oil filter, then put it back in. So here's the new oil filter. If you can see right here, we also have 6.6 bars. So this is the correct fuel filter. Now let's get this in. Okay, out. As you heard it click, that's in. Now what we need to do is just to make sure that we put it through here. Okay, so we're in. Now what we need to do is just to push back both lines that we took out. So there's a position on the fuel filter which needs to get in and lock in at some position right here. So I'm going to show you that when I'm done putting this fuel filter in. So we're going to start with the inner one, which is the blue one. The blue one is in. Now we'll come to the black one. As you heard it as well, so that one also is in. So now let me show you the position which ensures that the fuel filter is fully seated. As you can see, that silver piece, it needs to go in and sit at the top right there and log in right there. It needs to log in right there so that you can know that the fuel filter is fully in a good position. Then after that, we need to tighten this up, then put back the Phillips head screwdriver. So I'm not sure if I can be able to film this because there's just not enough space here. The lines are in, everything is tight, everything clicked in position. So now we're done underneath the car. So now we're going to the top of the engine. Okay, so now that we're done with everything, what we need to do right now is to refill the oil. So the car takes up to 4.6 liters of oil. Let's just check again. Yeah, we're just below max, so that's fine. Then change the spark plugs. Time for the spark plugs. Okay, so now these are off. So what you're going to need is something like this. So you just slide it over the top, then pull just like that. Pull up. You need to pull in stages. So we're going to the third one now. Okay, now we pull in another stage where we take it a bit higher. So now we can pull for the final time. Then we're going to be able to remove the coils. Okay. So now that we have pulled up the coils, we can just pull back the connectors just like that. Just take it out. Then we can now take out the coils. So we're going to start from 1, go to third, then the final one. Also check if there's any oil on top of your coils. So this spark plug socket, as you can see, it has a magnet inside and also has a rubber to make sure that it doesn't damage the spark plug itself. Also, check for oil on top of your spark plugs. If there's oil on top of your spark plugs, then you have a problem. So the spark plugs that I'm using are Bosch spark plugs. Before you put them in, just make sure that they are the same size, which they are. First get it onto the plug, then put it in here. So spark plugs are torqued up to 25 Newton meters. So now we can put back the coils. Don't push them back in yet. We can then put back the connector plugs. All you need to do is just to align these plugs and that's it. Okay, now we can push the plugs in. Then after doing that, that's when we can push the coils down in stages. What we need to do lastly is just to change the air filter. So we need to change the air filter, then we'll be done with the minor service. There's still another Phillips here. Now what you need to do is just to pull up on the air filter like this. So here's the new air filter, as you can see. We now just need to put it in. So there are two tabs right here on the air filter, as you can see them. They need to align with these two tabs right there. So they need to go in just like that. Then it sits in. Then you just need to screw the securing clip right here. So I guess we are done with the minor service on the car. So that's how to do a minor service on a VW Jetta 5 with a BVZ engine or a Golf 5 with the same engine. So this, like I said, will be relatively the same for any other car, but however it will differ on what car you have. So I'm running up the car right now. Then we also need to check whether the fuel is leaking. As you can see, there's no fuel leaks from the fuel filter. So now what's going to happen is that oil filter is then going to fill up with oil. Then after that, I'll turn off the car, then see how much I need to top up the oil. So that's it, guys. So right now I'm just going to let the car idle until it then gets ready for driving. Ready? So it's under my idling eye. You can see everything is good. We have no issues at all. So what I'm going to do after this is just to check up the oil. When I've driven maybe just 5 kilometers, I'll then check up the oil, then see how I need to refill, because that is not the final top up, because there's still oil that's going to go onto the oil filter. As you saw that we needed to drain oil from the oil filter, so there's still going to be oil that needs to go on there. Then after that, that's when we're going to have now the correct fuel oil level. I guess that's it for today's video, guys. Also, thank you so much for supporting the channel. Until next time, we out.
I know you told your friend you're not okay, and tell me what's wrong and why you never said you